The world is going to hell. Just turn on the television. No, not the news. Flip over to the prestige dramas and sci-fi epics and political dramas. Look at how we entertain ourselves. Undead hordes are stalking and devouring, alien invasions are crippling and enslaving, politicians ignore governance in favor of sex and power, and sentient robots wreak terrible revenge upon us. Today, apocalypse sells like mad. Not just the threat of it, but its reality, and especially its aftermath. This is objectively weird when you think about it. So we go to work all day and then come home, reheat some pizza, flop down on the couch, and watch our own destruction for fun? What's going on here? Why would we do such a thing? One easy answer, too easy, is that our fixation on the end of the world, and us, is itself a sort of sign of the end of civilization. As the narrative goes, we're a bunch of lazy, privileged Westerners with no real wars to fight, no real struggles, and we have to watch this stuff to get our adrenaline fix. Only people with the luxury of comfort and relative stability could afford to entertain themselves with their own destruction, right? Sigrid felt herself being prodded awake. Peeling back the covers, she stifled a groan. It couldn't possibly be morning. She'd only just closed her eyes. The darkness still lurked outside, and the ceiling lights of the dormitory glared painfully bright. All around her, the 31 other girls of the Kimura Academy were struggling to rise from their bunks, still exhausted and sore from the previous day's activities. "Wake up, sleepyhead." Shielding her eyes with a hand, Sigrid looked up at the 11-year-old girl standing over her. Suko was already up and dressed, and tying her long black hair into a ponytail with a bright red strip of cloth. Suko smiled down at Sigrid and reached out a hand to help her. "Time to get up." "No." Sigrid pulled the blanket back up over her head. "Go away." "Come on, you'll miss breakfast," Suko said, her thick Kiwi accent making breakfast sound more like brickfast. "I don't care. I was dreaming." Of sleep, she realized. Suko pulled at the blanket, but Sigrid held fast, curling up even tighter in the sheets. "You'll get in trouble. Again." "Traitor," Sigrid said, throwing her pillow at Suko. Sigrid felt a pang of guilt for yelling at her friend. It wasn't Suko's fault. Suko was her best friend. But right now, she just needed to rest. Just for a few more minutes. More reddish lights shone in the corridors, and a group of people arrived. 2 were wolf-like men in their 20s, bald and thin. 1 girl, perhaps our age. They stayed on the side, eyeing us warily until the girl, a tall blonde cut with shapely breasts, waved her hand. "Privet druzia." "Oh boy," Lex whispered. "Is that? I heard it from some sailors. Russians?" The girl grinned and shrugged. "Yes, duh," Dana chirped and thumbed me. "They are Russians, I'm sure of it. Shannon, and I'm Dana Crowther, from Wales." "Lex Syburn," said the American boy, eyeing the girl with a lecherous grin. "An American." The Russian girl noticed his lingering look, but brazenly flaunted her shapely body by bowing slightly. She made elaborate movements with her hands, pointing at her chest. "Donskoy, Anya Donskoy." She pointed a finger at the 2 men and spoke at length. We all looked at each other, confused. The black girl sighed and spoke. She pointed a finger at one of the bald boys. "Alexei, Dmitri has a crooked nose. She says he broke it on a toilet door, drunk. They are her brothers both, and she is their unlucky sister. They are from St. Petersburg." I noted they all had slightly slanted eyes. I had heard Russia was a big country, and they looked exotic. "Nice to meet you." Dana grinned and eyed the black girl. "Your name?" "Abel et Albin," said the boy. "Nous sommes de Marseille." The girl shrugged. "She won't answer?" Lex asked curiously. "I think they are French," I stated. "From Marseille." "Where?" Lex asked. "From Marseille," I told him. "It's in France. That is Albin." She scowled at us. "Right?" I asked. She nodded. "French?" Lex asked Albin, who nodded. "And you know English?" And Russian?
Obviously,
She said morosely.
Albin.
Albin, Lex whispered, giving me a strange look. A kid still.
Dangerous children both,
I told him as I smiled at them encouragingly. They had killed someone to be here, perhaps.